Hey guys, I'm Jared, and you're watching Grab a Gear. Dan just pulled up in this,
2014 Kia Soul, the attention-grabbing color.
and it is definitely attention grabbing. I saw him pulling up in it after his couple days of driving it while I was driving another vehicle, and it caught my attention, I'll give you that.
It's my baby. It's amazing.
Is this actually the one that you fell in love with?
I actually do really enjoy this car.
And the thing is,
it's fun.
we don't actually say any car is bad on Grab a Gear. For every budget, there's a car. For every, life situation, there's a car, And if this type of vehicle is what fits you and your lifestyle and everything else, then it's perfect. I'm not going to talk bad about any car. Am I right?
That's true. And I will say in my defense, I'm going to preamble this entire review because I am absolutely predisposed. I did a rental car years and years ago with my family, and it was a Kia Soul.
Really?
And it was a great experience.
Well, let's take a look at it. Let's dive a little bit deeper. Before we keep going, guys, I want to point out Kistner Motors here in Grand Junction, Colorado. They're the ones that are allowing us to borrow every single one of these vehicles on their lot, take them out for a couple days, and actually get a good review of how we feel about them. Come down or get online and check out Kistner Motors in Grand Junction, Colorado. Talk to Colby Wells and he'll take good care of you. His family's owned the business for about 20 years, actually over 20 years, and they do great business. I personally have bought a couple vehicles from them, so give them a call, visit them online, Kistner Motors in Grand Junction, Colorado. Awesome, guys. So let's dive right into the numbers that we don't spend a lot of time on this channel. This right here, 2014 Kia Soul, has a 2-liter naturally aspirated engine with 164 horsepower, does 0 to 60 in about 7.7 seconds. We actually weren't quite able to get it there. It was about 7.9, but
we're not racing here.
we're not racing, yeah. The thing I loved about it, though, with the fuel prices the way they are, is the fuel economy. We got phenomenal fuel economy. On the highway, over 30 miles to the gallon. In town, mid-20s.
Yeah, it's averaging about 24 to 25, depending on my driving habits. And in this thing, I'm never in a hurry to go anywhere. I'm just enjoying the ride.
Right, there you go. It's definitely an eye turner. So
Yeah, absolutely.
let's take a look at some of the really cool things about this car.
Another thing that I like about this vehicle is I still remember Kia's original marketing where they have the hamsters like, hey, check out our fun little car we're driving around. It might not be like what you're used to for a vehicle shape-wise or line-wise, but you see it and you think, hey, that's a cute little fun ride. And that's exactly what this car is. Like, it doesn't have like the length on the front, or it doesn't have the sweeping lines. It's just like, boom, bam, here we go. Let's have some fun.
So one thing that's really cool about it is the hatch opens up in the back like this. You could easily fit a decent size suitcase back here, which I was pretty surprised in, considering the exterior, how small it looks. Reasonable amount of room for a couple suitcases.
And there's also extra storage area underneath your base plate there. Extra. And then, of course, like most vehicles now, it's pass-through seating. These seats fold all the way forward. So you actually just straight through it.
And honestly, that's quite a bit of room. If you needed to go to the store and get a whole bunch of stuff, you could do that.
Absolutely.
Definitely nice, actually. Ready?
Yep.
So one of the things I did actually like about it when I drove it, which wasn't much because Dan really enjoyed driving it more than me,
Absolutely. It's a great car.
but it just felt just super like, I don't know, like you were going into the future, but then it didn't happen. I don't know, guys, but it's really fun. It's a just fun little car. I do like the fact that speedometer right here in the middle, just awesome little car. Let's start it up real quick if I can find the key. Dan probably has it with him. So you have the tachometer on the left, speedometer right in the middle with this big old cluster that just tells you everything you need to know. And then you have your heat and your fuel on the right. I do find it sort of cool that they still have the red or orangish lights on everything. Really, like, I don't know, takes me back.
It gives you that nice night mode for, hey, not quite submarine or warfare or something, but it's very pleasant on the eyes, I find.
Yeah. It does sort of get me. It didn't have navigation and stuff like that, but that's okay. You know, it is a 2014. It does come with a USB port and an auxiliary cord port, which is pretty cool. The shifter, definitely unique. I like that. And it does actually have a nice, I like the handbrake. I don't like the foot brakes, and I don't like the electronic ones. I really like the fact that it's got a good handbrake on it.
So one thing I enjoy about a vehicle is having like storage cubby areas. That way I can just like pack rack it out, I guess, unfortunately, which I shouldn't. But I mean, it has huge deep pockets on the door there. It has a very deep center console, and then my iPhone 12 easily fits, which wasn't even designed. This car's 7 years old now, but hey, look at that.
And gosh, look at this. You can fit my arm in the glove box. That's amazing.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of little hidden storage compartments in here.
So, just like in every video, guys, we always talk about how many people can you actually fit in this vehicle. So, they have room for 5, and I'll be the first to tell you, I am very surprised at how much room is in this.
Yeah, the first time he actually sat in the, because we do this shot for every car we get into, just to actually see what the back seat's like, instead of just like, oh, the kid's gonna be in it and it'll be fine. And like I said earlier, like I've had this car as a rental before with my family, so I knew it was like, hey, it's actually really surprising. So when he was genuinely surprised when he sat down.
I actually sat down and I was like, holy cow, I have a ton of headroom, a ton of leg room. The seats are actually comfortable, which is for a small, and let's admit it, it is very small.
It's a compact vehicle, but you can easily do 4 adults in here.
Easy 4. I wouldn't say you could do 5. I'll scoot over real quick. Oh, I like that actually. Point it out, guys. There's not a hump in the middle down here like you get in a lot of vehicles.
Yeah, there's no transmission tunnel since it's a front wheel drive vehicle.
So it's flat, which is really nice. But I'm not even in the middle and I'm up against Dan. No. You know, I can still scoot over another 3 or 4 inches. So I would say 4 adults pretty easily. You could do 3 children back here without car seats.
Absolutely.
You could do 2 with car seats.
And then I have a passenger front seat pushed all the way back just to get a little bit of better idea of how much room there is. Yeah. And I'm barely touching the back of the seat, and it's all the way in the most rearward position.
Wow, yeah. The other thing I thought, which surprised me first time I got in it, is I like the fact that they incorporated the color of the car into the stitching of the car. I mean, that right there, it's that small attention to detail stuff that really pops for me. I like it. I do want to look real quick. The cup holder, it is soft touch. It is nice. I do like that. Same with the armrest and everything, soft touch. It's pretty nice. You know, for a small subcompact little SUV, it is pretty good. I really do. You know, not much surprises me anymore.
Right.
And, you know, I'd say you could easily fit, to be honest with you, at least, oh man, I don't know, 34,000 hamsters in here?
That's a bit much.
I don't think so. I think you could do it. All right, guys. Well, that concludes our review of this 2014 Kia Soul. And if you're looking for one, make sure you check out Kistner Motors here in Grand Junction, Colorado. Talk to Colby Wells, and he'll take good care of you. I don't know what you're laughing at right now, besides the fact that this is a car.
It's hilarious. It's a great car.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, guys. It did turn out better than expected. So, like I said, check out Kistner Motors and talk to Colby Wells. He'll be happy to take care of you guys. And until then, we'll see you on the next video.